Casey, you can go.
Welcome everyone to Circle Sanctuary's longest night multicultural winter solstice eve celebration. Circle Sanctuary has shared the tradition of honoring the winter solstice and hosting celebrations in many forms since its very beginning in 1974. Whether you're listening live on this solstice eve or later, we're so glad to share this sacred time together. Tonight, we honor and celebrate winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere and wish our friends in the Southern Hemisphere a happy summer solstice. Wherever you are, happy solstice. I'm Reverend Casey Pope, coming to you from Colorado in the USA. Joining us here tonight is our senior minister, Reverend Selena Fox, and Circle Sanctuary ministers and community members. We extend our gratitude to Chris Eldridge for managing our live stream and tech, Steve Curtin for monitoring and managing our live chat, and Becky for her work with promotions and social media. Tonight, we gather in the spirit of connection, reflection, renewal, honoring the turning of the year and the timeless traditions that celebrate this moment. The winter solstice marks the point when the sun appears at its lowest arc in the sky. This pivotal moment has been honored by cultures across the globe for millennia as a symbol of both the depth of winter's darkness and the quiet promise of returning light. In ancient times, people lit fires, told stories, and held rituals to call back the sun and celebrate the resilience of life through the darkest days. I see this practice echoed in my own community today, where people of all walks of life gather very early on solstice morning at our natural Red Rocks Amphitheater near Denver to drum up the sun. Maybe you have similar traditions in your community. In the northernmost parts of the world, Norse and Celtic communities celebrated Yule, kindling the Yule log as a symbol of light and warmth. This practice continues in many homes today. In other traditions, like those of the Roman Saturnalia or Persian Yalda night, people gathered with loved ones to share feasts, exchange gifts, and reflect on the cycles of life. No matter the tradition, the winter solstice reminds us of the profound beauty found in cycles of darkness and light, rest and renewal, endings and beginnings. It's a time to pause, embrace stillness, and honor both the challenges and the wisdom of the passing year, while holding hope for the growing light and new possibilities to come. Tonight, as we gather in this virtual space, we'll weave these ancient themes into our own journey. Through reflection, sharing, celebration, may we find inspiration to nurture the light within ourselves and extend it to the world. Thank you for being here, for bringing your presence and your energy to this shared moment. Feel free to share in the chat at any time during the program. We'd love to know what you do to celebrate Yuletide and the solstice. We invite you to say hello in the chat and let us know where in the world you're joining us from. We value your connection and contributions to the longest night celebration. We'll begin with introductions from our presenters, then journey into the heart of the longest night. First, I'd like to introduce Reverend Selena.
Thank you, Casey. I'm Selena Fox, and I'm coming to you from my home in the woods in southwestern Wisconsin. And I'm senior minister and high priestess of Circle Sanctuary, and it's wonderful to be with all of you.
Next, we have Reverend Dennis.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Solstice Eve ritual here tonight. I'm Dennis Carpenter, and I too live in the woods in southwestern Wisconsin with Selena, in fact, at a piece of property called Oak Haven, which is next door to Circle Sanctuary.
And now I'd like to introduce Chip. We can't hear you, Chip.
Sorry. Okay, I'll try that again. Tumika, Kalamalsi Hetch, Nuli Pike. I am Chip Brown, and I am in Baka Pruitt Dineta, the Baka Pruitt chapter of the Navajo Nation in New Mexico. I am a member of Circle and have been affiliated with Circle as my spiritual home since 1983. So almost 42 years now. I have been Circle's legal advisor, and I'm currently on the board of directors of Circle Sanctuary. So thank you.
Thank you, Chip. Now we'll meet Marin.
Blessed Yuletide, everyone. My name is Marin King, and I'm coming to you from my home here in North Central Florida, USA. And I have been a member of Circle Sanctuary since 2017, and I've had the honor of being a bard with Circle Sanctuary since 2019.
Thank you, Marin. Glad you're here. And next, Becky.
Hi, I'm Becky Melky. I'm in South Central Wisconsin, and I'm a member of Circle Sanctuary. I also do the communications, and I'm in the ministry training program.
Wonderful. Thank you. Reverend Eldridge, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Eldridge. I'm ordained as clergy with Circle Sanctuary in 2019. I am a priestess, a witch, and a radical fairy, and I live in Washington, D.C., the ancestral and current home of the Piscataway.
Thank you, Reverend Eldridge. And next, we'd like to meet Amy Dove.
Hello, I am Amy Dove, coming from Columbia, Missouri, USA. I'm a longtime member of Circle Sanctuary and a member of the Ministerial Training Program. Blessed Yule.
Thank you. Blessed Yule. And now we'll hear from Black Willow Starling.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nora, and this is Michael. We're Black Willow Starling, and we're from Glendale, Wisconsin.
We've been members of Circle Sanctuary for a number of years now. We're always happy to be part of Full Moon Circles. Wishing you a happy Yuletide and a happy longest night.
Wonderful. And now Steve Curtin.
Hello, all. I've been a member since 2020. Actually, I grew up on a farm 2 hills over in the early 70s, and am a member of the ministry training program as well. And coming to you from the western edge of the Detroit, Michigan burbs. So I'm the guy you'll see typing in the chat as well. Blessed be.
Thank you, Steve. Now I'd like to introduce Chris the Bard. We can't hear you, Chris.
Delay factor on the button pushing. Sorry, I'm Chris the Bard. I am a wanderer through the state of Wisconsin, currently finding my home in Oshkosh. Blessed Yule.
Thank you. And Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I'm a member of the ministry training program at Circle Sanctuary.
Wonderful. And Reverend Rivers here.
Happy Yule, everyone. This is Reverend River Higginbotham. I'm calling in from St. Louis, Missouri, USA. I'm proudly a member of the clergy of Circle Sanctuary since 2018. Blessed be.
Thanks, River. And Lori, please.
I'm Lori Skelton. I live currently in Madison, Wisconsin, and I have been, if not a full-out member, I have definitely been Circle adjacent since 2001.
Wonderful, thank you. And our last presenter, I think today, Reverend Andrew.
Greetings all. My name is Andrew Bear. I'm an ordained minister of Circle Sanctuary, and I'm calling in from the central coast of California, near the big Pacific Ocean, near Monterey Bay, which is the ancestral and unceded land of the Rumsen and Mutsun and Selenian Ohlone, and several contemporary tribes, including the Esalen, continue to call this land home today. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Reverend Andrew.
Wonderful to have all of us join together. And I invite all of us now here as presenters and all of you listening live and those who join us later to take a few moments now and connect with the sacred, with Source, by whatever name or names that you are aligned with in your own spiritual, religious, and or philosophical tradition. Divine is one, divine is many. Come, be with us, be in us, guide us tonight. Connect us together with each other and with the divine as one and as many. Let us now envision a sacred circle around us, each of us connecting with each other. And as we connect with that sacred circle, let us align with each of the sacred directions. We call to the powers of the sacred north. We call to the powers of the sacred east. We call to the powers of the sacred south. We call to the powers of the sacred west. We call to the powers below the planet Earth, our home. We call to the powers above of the cosmos, of the night sky and the solstice sun. We call to the powers of center. We call to the powers of center that's within us. We call to the powers of center that connect all of us together. We call to the powers of the center that is community. Circle of solstice power. Circle of solstice light. Circle of solstice magic. Circle of longest night. Circle of solstice power. Circle of solstice light. Circle of solstice magic. Circle of longest night. Circle of solstice power. Circle of solstice light. Circle of solstice magic. Circle of longest night. So be it.
One issue, Amy. I have a deep and varied global ancestral path network, and tonight I will be bringing with me into my prayer, my welcome of this time of year through my Delaware Lenape ancestors. And so I will be speaking in the Delaware language. I believe that it is important that indigenous languages be spoken so they are not lost, and the land needs to hear these words, and an important thing. And so for those of you who have such ancestral paths and you know your languages, share them, speak them. Tumike kayu yumen naninku nule lindameli pike. Wanishi, wanishi elenko makiko kenchuwak. Nule lindameli pike. Tamiku mekunsawak, nahumawak. Manito wak, manito ken, manito skeet, manito nok na, wanishi, nule lindameli pike. Tamoke, nakuma ayam, ok Mahumsa Empesuni, Wanishi, Wanishi, Wanishi. Tumike Hunipiskawanch, Nule Linda Melipan. Tamike Wuskilawan Oche, Nule Linda Melipan. Wanishi, Wanishi Wemi. Kikayu Yuman Aninka Utawanishi, Kitahululamo, Kitahululamo. Tamike Kishlemi Yank, Kishlemu Konk. Wanishi, Nule Linda Melipan. Wanishi Kishlemi Yank. On Kantawakin, Wanishi on Kantawakin. Mapatama Kushate, Naktun on Kantawakin. Wanishi Kishle Mien, Kishle Mukonk, on Kantawakin Kishle Mien, Kishle Mukonking. Wanishi. Wanishi Lemi Makik, Okenshuwak. Wanishi Minitawak, Nahumsawak. Wanishi Minito Wakan, Minito Ken. Wanishi Kekayo Yomin Aninka. Napishnawan, Tumikaluan, Nanele, Kitahululamo, Wanishi Wemi. Thank you all. I love you all. And blessings and greetings on this place at this time of year and the welcoming of the light. Wanishi, thank you.
We stand before you, Holy Mother, shining bright among the stars, patiently waiting through the long night for your Son to be reborn. Ancient fires brightly burning as a beacon calling home. Our newborn Sky King comes with the dawning. Hail the Mother, hail the Son. Deck the halls with evergreens cut from our mighty Yule, placed against the fire back in the heart. Light the fires and keep them burning against the worst that Jack Frost brings to chill the bone and freeze the heart. Give with love gifts from that heart that will live on in memories much longer than any mere toy. Winter's flowers soon will bloom, warmed by a mother's sun and coaxed along by nature's throbbing song.
The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. And so the shortest day came and the year died. And everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight this shortest day. As promise wakens in the sleeping land, they carol and feast and give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. And now, so do we, here, now, this year and every year. Welcome, Yule.
Thank you, Becky. That was beautiful. For a decade in Washington, D.C., that was 1997 to 2007, in a group called the Radical Fairies. We were researching and reclaiming songs, and a song that you may know called Star of the East. With just a few tweaks, we returned it to an older, earlier time based in nature, where we would feel the cold of winter and yearn for the sun's return. I'll sing this song twice. Feel free to hum along and sing along. Don't come off mute, but learn along with this song and see what images come up for you. We remember the summer sun, strong and vibrant and life-giving. And as science advanced and lighting became so plentiful in cities, it began to distract us from the feeling of the cycle of the dimming of the sun. Nature, the plants and animals would rest and burrow, and then, with drumming and dancing and feasting, it would seem that the sun could return, as if we were responsible to make sure the sun didn't keep going away, but we pulled it back with the yearning of our heart. So here's a very simple song. I'll sing it twice. Hail the blessed sun, shining dimly in winter, down from the regions of glory descend. Gathered we ask for thy blessed returning. Follow our yearning and liven the land. Lo, for a guard, the bright stars do attend thee. Dawn through our darkness and lend us thine aid. Hail the blessed sun, shining dimly in winter. Follow our yearning and liven the land. Hail the blessed sun, shining dimly in winter. Down from the regions of glory descend. Gathered we ask for thy blessed returning. Follow our yearning and liven the land. Lo, for a guard, the bright stars do attend thee. Dawn through our darkness and lend us thine aid. Hail the blessed sun, shining dimly in winter. Follow our yearning and liven the land. Blessed Yule, blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Eldridge. The term a fool's journey comes from the major arcana of the first 20 or the first 21 cards of the tarot. The tarot is a divination system that I work closely with and apply to my own life's journeys. In this system, each card has a message for us to consider. My favorite Yuletide story is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This story is quite pagan and follows the fool's journey through Ebenezer Scrooge's dark night of the soul adventure. I watched this movie at least once a year, and it was a family tradition growing up to see the play. I've continued this tradition and don't feel right until I'm in a swaying audience singing Silent Night with stagecraft snow falling all around. This is the magic of the season as far as I'm concerned. People connected and moved by the experience of witnessing the transformation of Ebenezer Scrooge, the transformation of the Yule tide, and the return of the sun's light. Perhaps they are all like me, thinking of what promise the new sun of Yule holds for them. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. We all know the story. The opening scene where the sad and twisted Ebenezer is bent over his stacks of coin in his counting house, throwing miserly scorn at his faithful employee, Bob Cratchit, for trying to take an extra piece of coal to warm his hands. 0, the Fool card moment, is the first long step of our journey. It comes when Scrooge's nephew, Fred, enters to wish him a very Merry Christmas. After an exchange, Scrooge hurls a paperweight at Fred and immediately regrets it. The paperweight had been made by his beloved sister Fan, Fred's mother, who had died in childbirth. It was a sentimental thing that he had held on to, and he tossed it away in anger. This is foreshadowing of the story to come. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. 15, the adversary card, shows us the chain that Scrooge has placed around his own neck, holding him in wretchedness, as we accompany him on his miserly journey through the streets of his town, where he torments community members and demonstrates his own false impression of himself as a shrewd and generous businessman. Once in his rooms, he is met by his former and quite demised business partner, Jacob Marley. After denying Jacob's existence and declining his aid 3 times, Scrooge is thrown into 16, the Tower card. This is the moment, his own dark night of the soul. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. He will be visited by 3 ghosts throughout the night to show him the error of his ways. One of my favorite lines in the story is, "Can't I just have them all at once and be done with it?" The classic Western "I want enlightenment now" response. But no, shadow work takes time. It's time to experience, time to evaluate, time to incorporate. 18, the Moon card, shows us the gateway of choice between darkness and light. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. Throughout the night, Scrooge is witness to his own past, present, and the future, should he stay the course he's on, and sees with the watcher's self how he continues to turn away from joy, to toss away everything he holds precious, and lock away his heart, severing ties to the without, to his community, to his family, and even those who continue to hold out hope for his redemption. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. Seeing at last what the future may hold, the enormous karmic debt illustrated by a massive chain that he would wear in the afterlife, and armed with the rawness of freshly remembered brokenheartedness and regret, he chooses different. He chooses joy. 19, the Sun card. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. Emerging from his dark night of the soul and throwing open the window shutters, letting the new sun's light in. You, boy, what day is it? He hasn't missed it. The day when want is so keenly felt, his opportunity to begin again. Scrooge goes about trying to restore a connection to his community, promising, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. 20. The card of judgment or of personal growth and transformation. That is available on the new sun of a new day. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. Scrooge goes to his nephew's party, the party he's been invited to every year and has never attended except in his vision. He asks the nephew's forgiveness and offers a late wedding gift to his wife. 21. The world card of completion. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth. It's important to note that after this big day of new beginnings, Scrooge is tired. It's a lot of work to be a different person, to make a change and stick with it. But we can do it. Just stick with it. Know that transformation takes work, and we will slip, and that's okay. We just pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off and try again. After all, if Ebenezer Scrooge can do it, so can we. Blessed be the newborn sun, and blessed be the Mother Earth, and blessed we.
Hello, everybody. We're Black Willow Starling. This is a traditional Yuletide carol for you, a traditional Welsh melody. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses, la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather, la 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 la. La 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 la.
And thank you, Black Willow Starling. This is a poem actually from a website called naturalisticpaganism.org about December solstice, and it is accompanied by a synthesizer from the north made in Sweden. When the earth is barren, the light is reborn. When the animals sleep, the light is reborn. When the leaves have all fallen, the light is reborn. When the rivers are frozen, the light is reborn. When the shadows grow long, the light is reborn. When warmth has fled, the light is reborn. In our darkest night, the light is reborn. Blessed be.
Good evening, all. Tonight I share with you an original story called One Strange Night. It is based in my soul's home of Glastonbury, so you may recognize, if you're familiar with the area, some of the sites and some of the place names. If you don't recognize them, I encourage you to go check them out. I'd done it. Finally, after all these years, I'd made it to where I wanted to be on this longest night. It had taken much of the day to get here, but I'd made it. I was in Glastonbury, and soon the sun would set. The long night would begin. My plan was to begin on Wariall Hill, near where the thorn tree had once grown. From there, I would watch the sunset and begin the long night pilgrimage to the Tor. The clouds had been racing across the sky all day. It felt like a storm was brewing. Yet as I reached the top of the hill, I could see across the levels in the west a patch of sky. It was almost time, and just before its setting, the sun dipped below the clouds and appeared in all its magnificence. It cast a brilliant orange on the clouds as it set. Darkness was not long in coming once the sun had set. I took a moment to thank those who dwelt upon the hill, and then began what I hoped would be a leisurely walk through the town on my way to the Tor. I knew the way, for I've walked this path many times in daylight. It wasn't hard going till I reached the path up the Tor, but I was confident I could make the journey. I dressed warmly and even had a thermos of hot chocolate to warm me on the way. I walked for a while, passing quaint houses all lit up. They looked warm and inviting, but that was not my destination this night. I walked through the center of town, up the high street, and made the turn into Chickwell Street. Walking past the ancient stone gate that used to lead into the grounds of the Abbey, I felt a change in the wind. It began gently at first. Flakes of snow lit by the street lights made the way ahead seem magical. I was walking into a wonderland that so many had sung about. That was about to change. Suddenly, the wind began to howl, and what had seemed so magical only a few moments before was turned into a raging blizzard. If I'd been smart, I would have given up this pilgrimage and returned to my room at the pub, have a pint, and chalk it all up to the capricious nature of the weather. I said, if I'd been smart. Instead, I choose to continue walking. The road and sidewalk became snow-covered, and visibility dropped. As I have said, I have walked the path many times, so I knew where I was going and knew I could make it. I was a fool. The weather continued to deteriorate, and even I began fear getting lost. I stopped walking for a moment and turned around to see I couldn't see my tracks in the snow. The wind would blow them away, and suddenly I felt I wasn't where I began this journey. The world had been reduced to wind and blowing snow, and now I lost all sense of direction. I could barely make out the road, but its general outline showed me a path I could follow. I'd given up my idea of reaching the Tor this night. Now I just had to keep walking, and I'd find a pub. There were many in the area to huddle in for a while. However, as I walked back the way I'd came, I thought, nothing looked familiar. All I could make out was white. I was losing hope of surviving now, but I wasn't just going to give up. As I trudged along, I thought about the longest night. In a way, I was the light, fighting my way through the darkness. I began to run through the chant I'd used oh so many times. Light is returning. I pictured in my mind the joy of seeing the sunrise after the longest night. Would I see the sunrise? I didn't know. As I continued to chant in my head, I saw a glimmer of light ahead of me. Light meant life, so I started to jog toward it. The tempo of my chant kept keeping pace with my feet. I approached the light to discover that it was a lantern being held aloft by a man of indeterminate age on the porch of a house close by the side of the hill. I must have been a sight covered in driven snow, but the next moment surprised me, for the first words he spoke to me were, "Ah, my lad, I have a feeling you were coming. I'm glad you made it this far. Come inside and warm yourself." More than grateful for his invitation, I entered into his home. It was warm and dry, and my bones began to thaw. He offered me something warm, and if I do say so, strong to drink. We chatted for a while as I told the story of how I was caught in the storm. The warmth in the drink must have gotten to me as I began to doze off. The next thing I knew, I was being shaken awake by my host. "Hurry, lad! You don't want to be late too, do ya?" "Late?" I said. "With the storm outside, no one is seeing the lights return on this day." "Ah, don't be such a pessimist. Come, follow me." He walked to the back of the house, opened what looked like a closet door, and walked in. "Well, are you coming?" my host said to me, so I followed through the door. What I thought was a closet turned into a long hallway that seemed to have earthen walls. Candles were lit along the hall, and though chilly, it was not that cold. Ahead of us, there was a large room that had in its center a tall circular staircase. My host began to climb, and I could do nothing but follow him. Up and up we climbed till I felt like it would never end. Finally, we reached a small landing at the top with another door in the wall. My host opened this door, and through it I could see the sky. It was the color of twilight, the twilight that you get just before dawn. I rushed through this door, for now it looked like I would complete the last part of my pilgrimage and see the sunrise, if not on the Tor. My host followed me this time, and wonder of wonders, we found ourselves standing close to the summit of the Tor. I turned to myself, to my host. "How is this possible? Who are you?" He looked me straight in the eye and said, "My name is Gwyn, and you've spent the night in my home, and now I have returned you to yours. Remember me in the days and years ahead, and perhaps one day we will meet again." With that, we both looked toward the east, And in the moment, the sun rose. It peaked above the horizon, and it was wonderful. Tears filled my eyes as I watched this most wondrous return of the light. In a moment, I recovered myself, and I turned to thank Gwyn for helping me finish my pilgrimage. But he had disappeared, as had the door we had come out of. This is what happened to me on one strange night.
Finally, the time has come all through the world. The reindeer and roe deer and elk spread the word. Go for fine pieces and sparks of the light, and bring them to Ellen, for she flies this night. Dear mother, run through the night. Horn mother, great mother, safeguard the light. Dear mother, forge the path true. Horn mother, great mother, life lives through you. Through the long darkness, through wood, sea, and stone, she nestles the new sun in velvet and bone. Deep in her antlers she carries a star, the moon and the world tree held safe from all harm. Dear mother, run through the night. Horn mother, great mother, safeguard the light. Dear mother, forge the path true. Horn mother, great mother, life lives through you. Night fires to guide her, the lamplights to shine. Warm smells drifting upward, butter, cakes, and spice. Music and laughter floating on the wind bolster the long flight of our great mother hen. Dear mother, run through the night. Horn mother, great mother, safeguard the light. Dear mother, forge the path true. Horn mother, great mother, life lives through you. Dear mother, run through the night. Horn mother, great mother, safeguard the light. Dear mother, forge the path true. Horn mother, great mother, life lives through you. Helen, great dear mother, all life lives through you.
Thank you, Maren. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to lead a short winter nature meditation. So let's take a few moments to reflect on where we're at this winter solstice time, at the beginning of what we in the Northern Hemisphere call winter. You know, obviously, our experience of winter is largely shaped by where we live. But the one thing that we all share in common in our experience is the nights are longer and the days are shorter. And in this time of longer nights, we often experience quiet and calm and peacefulness, these kinds of things. And I invite you now to settle into your body, a part of nature, and focus and settle into your breathing as it's naturally occurring for you right now, or some other pleasant bodily sensation that you'd prefer to focus on. And let's just take a few moments of quiet and experience within our own bodies this feeling of peace, of calm and quiet. Place of stillness, I now invite you to extend your focus in your imagination to the natural world right around you. The rest of the natural world around you, outside of this safe structure you might find yourself in right now. And reflect for a few moments on what it is in your particular environment that's shaped by this time of year, this short days and long nights. And focus in particular on some aspect of what nature is like around you right now that you really enjoy and appreciate. Expressing your gratitude for the beauty and wonder of nature and this experience of winter, whatever that might look like where you live, how that is for you. Throughout the days to come, be sure to get outside in nature, because no matter what time of year it is, it's so beneficial to connect directly with the rest of the natural world around us. Peace.
The solstice peace is a tradition across cultures, across spiritualities, ethnicities. Make peace on earth. Make peace within. At the sun's rebirth and round the wheel again. Make peace on earth. Make peace within. At the sun's rebirth and round the wheel again. Blessed be.
Hello again, everybody. I'm going to be reading a poem for you tonight by American poet Theodore Rutka. This is from his sequence, The Lost Sun, Poem 5, It Was Beginning Winter. It was beginning winter, an in-between time. The landscape still partly brown. The bones of weeds kept swinging in the wind above the blue snow. It was beginning winter. The light moved slowly over the frozen field, over the dry seed crowns. The beautiful surviving bones swinging in the wind. Light traveled over the wide field, stayed. The weeds stopped swinging. The mind moved, not alone, through the clear air in the silence. Was it light? Was it light within? Was it light within light? Stillness becoming alive, yet still? A lively, understandable spirit once entertained you. It will come again. Be still. Wait. Happy Yuletide.
I'm going to read a poem tonight by Mary Oliver. It's called Snowy Night, and it's an invitation to pay attention and be with what is here now, even if we do not understand it. Last night, an owl in the dusk tossed an indeterminate number of carefully shaped sounds into the world, in which a quarter-mile away I happened to be standing. I couldn't tell which one it was, the bard or the great horned ship of the air. It was that distant. But anyway, aren't there moments that are better knowing something and sweeter? Snow was falling, so much like stars filling the dark trees, that one could easily imagine its reason for being was nothing more than prettiness. I suppose if this were someone else's story, they would have insisted on knowing whatever is knowable, would have hurried over the fields to name it. The owl, I mean. But it's mine, this poem of the night. And I just stood there, listening and holding out my hands to the soft glitter falling through the air. I love this world, but not for its answers. And I wish good luck to the owl, wherever its name. And I wish great welcome to the snow, whatever its severe and comfortness and beautiful meaning.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to share a chant called Light is Returning, which is written by Charlie Murphy and Jamie Cyber. And remember, 11 years ago on Yule, I sang this with a bunch of people in a ritual, and we sang it over and over and over again, trying to raise a little energy with this. It's not the best chant for raising energy unless you all know it, but it's a great chant for welcoming back the light. And so I give you Light is Returning. Light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour. No one can hold back the dawn. Let's keep it burning. Let's keep the light of hope alive. Make safe our journey through the storm. One planet is turning, circle on her path around the sun. Earth Mother is calling her children home. Come on home, children, come on home. Come on home, children, come on home. Light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour. No one can hold back the dawn. Let's keep it burning. Let's keep the light of hope alive. Make safe our journey through the storm. One planet is turning, circle on her path around the sun. Earth Mother is calling her children home. Light is returning, even though this is the darkest hour. No one can hold back the dawn. Let's keep it burning. Let's keep the light of hope alive. Make safe our journey through the storm. One planet is turning, circle on her path around the sun. Earth Mother is calling her children home. Earth Mother is calling her children home. Blessings of Yuletide.
From the book Wintering. The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Catherine May. Wintering is a season in the cold. It is a fallow period in life when you feel cut off from the world, feeling rejected, sidelined, blocked from progress, or cast into the role of an outsider. However it arrives, wintering is usually involuntary, lonely, and deeply painful. Yet it is also inevitable. Winter rolls in. In our relatively busy contemporary world, we are forever trying to defer the onset of winter. We don't ever dare to feel its full bite, and we don't dare to show the way that it ravages us. An occasional sharp wintering will do us good. We must stop believing that these times in our lives are somehow silly, a failure of nerve, a lack of willpower. We must stop trying to ignore them or dispose of them. They are real, and they are asking something of us. We must learn to invite the winter in. A surprising cluster of novels and fairy tales are set in the snow. Our knowledge of winter is a fragment of childhood, almost innate. All the careful preparations that animals make to endure the cold, foodless months, hibernation, migration, deciduous trees dropping leaves, this is no accident. The changes that take place in winter are a kind of alchemy, an enchantment performed by ordinary creatures to survive. Dormice laying on fat to hibernate, swallows navigating to South Africa, trees blazing out the final weeks of autumn. It is all very well to survive the abundant months of spring and summer, but in winter we witness the full glory of nature's flourishing in lean times. Plants and animals don't fight the winter. They don't pretend it's not happening and attempt to carry on living the same lives they lived in summer. They prepare. They adapt. They perform extraordinary acts of metamorphosis to get through. Winter is a time of withdrawing from the world, maximizing scant resources, carrying out acts of brutal efficiency, or vanishing from sight. And that's where the transformation occurs. Winter is not the death of the life cycle, but its crucible. Once we stop wishing it were summer, winter can be a glorious season in which the world takes on a sparse beauty, and even the pavements sparkle. It is a time for reflection and recuperation, for slow replenishment, for putting your house in order. Doing these deeply unfashionable things, slowing down, letting your spare time expand, getting enough sleep, resting. It's a radical act now, but it is essential. This is a crossroads we all know, a moment when you need to shed a skin. If you do, you'll expose all those painful nerve endings and feel so raw that you'll need to take care of yourself for a while. It's one of the most important choices you'll ever make. Blessed Yule.
Longest night, solstice right. Longest night, solstice right. Longest night, solstice right.
This is a special time of the year when myself, like many of us, feel the inner pull to gather our life forces within, to slow down, to be still. It's a time of year in the Northern Hemisphere when we can feel nature also withdrawing her life force deep into the body of the earth. On this night, I consider that when my parents were born, only about half the households in the United States had electricity. As Reverend Eldridge alluded to, it wasn't until about the 1950s that rural areas in developed countries had electricity and electric lights. And it wasn't until 1960 when virtually all homes in the United States had electricity. For our recent ancestors, then, and certainly for nearly all of our human ancestors from the beginning of our origins, the winter solstice was a time of darkness. Our ancestors lived in darkness this time of year, while we are accustomed to living in artificial light. I'm not sure if we can even fathom how this might have changed us. I'm not sure if we can fathom how this might have impacted our experience of life, our experience of our place in the solar system, our galaxy, in the universe. Sometimes I wonder what we have lost. To reclaim this time of year, we've done experiments in our family where the day before the solstice day, and the day after solstice, we turn off all the lights in our home and we just light candles or oil burning lanterns. And we try to experience this time of season as our ancestors did. I also like going out and stargazing at night with a warm beverage and just meditate on the stars. In many spiritual paths, we talk of enlightenment. But in this season, and especially on this night, we are invited to embrace endarkenment, or perhaps to allow endarkenment to embrace us. I'm tempted to say if you're near a light switch or lamp, you might consider turning it off for a moment if you can do so safely and if you can get back up and turn it back on. But if that wouldn't be very safe, then I just invite you to close your eyes for a moment and feel the darkness. Use your imaginal faculties to feel what it must have been like long ago before the electric light, before your city or town even existed, before the structure that you are dwelling in right now was even built. Imagine yourself standing or sitting and feeling the land. See and sense how it feels. Now look up at the night sky, and what do you see? Billions of stars. So many it might be hard to find familiar constellations. So feel the land holding you, the darkness embracing you, a subtle pull to feel deeper into the land, deeper within yourself. And in this darkness, commune with the earth, commune with the stars, commune with the darkness, and be still. Receive the gift of endarkenment and surrender to its regenerating power. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and in whatever personal way that feels right, express your gratitude to whatever gift you might have received. Blessed solstice all.
The darkness of the longest night can be considered the darkness of being in a womb of the Great Mother of possibilities. Entering into this longest night, we enter in to the birth of light. And wherever you happen to be, I invite you to imagine yourself being with all of us on this longest night and the great cauldron of possibilities, the great womb of the Great Mother who nurtures, transforms, and renews and births. Spend a few moments experiencing yourself being part of the community of humans now, at this solstice time, who are celebrating that connection with possibilities of creativity in this longest night. And I invite you to call to mind humans of many cultures, of many philosophies, of many religions and spiritualities, ways of being, who have marked the longest night with ritual, with meditation, with transformation. We invite the ancestors and the ancient ones into our longest night. And in this longest night, we know we carry on the tradition of experiencing the dark and experiencing the light of renewal, of peace, of healing, of love, of regeneration. Spend a few moments now and call that to mind. Let the power of renewal flow within you. Experience yourself emerging into this new solar year in the making, with deeper connections with this sacred time of solstice, deeper connections with others who are celebrating solstice in various ways, now and in the past, and yes, in the future, for we are together beyond time and beyond space. And I invite you to call to mind now an image of planet Earth. In the night sky, imagine yourself being part of a community of humans, envisioning the Earth, envisioning this Earth glowing with the light of renewal, of peace, of kindness, of equality, of social justice, of freedom, of sustainability, not only humans in good relation with each other, but humans in good relation with plants and creatures and ecosystems, with the elements of soil, the earth, air, the wind and atmosphere, waters of the sea, fresh waters, and energy, sacred fire, and the power of spirit. Imagine yourself glowing with light, and all of us directing our light to the well-being of planet Earth, our home. And in the next few moments of quiet, let a word, a phrase, or a sentence come to mind, a wish that you have on this longest night for planet Earth. Reflect on that, energize it, and send forth that wish, that prayer, that affirmation on this longest night as we birth the light, a possibility and spiritual illumination. So be it. And now I invite you, if you have a candle handy, to bring a candle into this ceremony as we conclude. And if you don't have a candle handy, imagine that you do, and that you are kindling it. And I invite all of us here, us facilitators of this longest night, to kindle our lights. For on this longest night, we renew the light. Solstice candles, glowing bright, inspire us with your sacred light. Solstice circle, Yuletide right, bless us on this longest night. Solstice candles, glowing bright, inspire us with your sacred light. Solstice circle, Yuletide right, bless us on this longest night. Solstice candles, glowing bright, inspire us with your sacred light. Solstice circle, Yuletide right, bless us on this longest night. As you connect with the light, let that glow within you and around you. Experience yourself as part of a great circle of light on this longest night that connects, that heals, that renews, that informs and brings wisdom and spiritual illumination. And in this sacred circle, we carry our memories of the stories and the chants and the songs and the reflections, the meditations, and all of our experiences together. Let that continue to be with us as we prepare to conclude our circle. We give thanks to the sacred North, the sacred East, the sacred South, the sacred West. We give thanks to planet Earth, our home beneath us, the cosmos that is above us. We give thanks to the sacred sun. We give thanks to the ancient ones and ancestors. We give thanks to the divine as one and as many. The divine is Great Mother and Great Father as Great Spirit. We give thanks to each other, and we give thanks to the spirit of solstice. And though it's time for this circle to be open, it's never broken. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. solstice light within you, solstice light around you, now and in times to come. Happy solstice. Thank you all for being here tonight. And we invite you to continue your solstice celebrations. Yes, solstice might be a particular point in time, but solstice is also a time release celebration. So happy winter solstice for all of you in the Northern Hemisphere. Happy summer solstice for all of you in the Southern Hemisphere. And happy holidays. Good Yule. Yo, Saturnalia. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, happy all those holidays. Good Hogmanay, Happy New Year Eve and New Year Day. Yes, we not only celebrate solar New Year birthing and these happy holidays, but calendar New Year birthing. So may the joy of our solstice time continue to be with you now and in times to come. We wish you a happy solstice. We wish you a happy solstice. We wish you a happy solstice and a solar new year. Bright blessings.